In the Middle Ages,
Just painted all these pictures with beautiful sundown sky, little hill, 3 tall crosses, and today, if you read a story about crucifixion, you get some variety of the same picture. But I'd like to change your minds. You don't think of crucifixion that way anymore because it's not accurate. You can keep the sundown sky. Everything else ought to change. In 1968, the archaeologists found the bones of a crucified man. His name was Yochanan ben Hakol, 26, 27 years old, found him in a limestone box. And they were not able to take the nail out of his right foot bone, so he was buried with the nail in the bone, and it's archaeology's only physical evidence for crucifixion. They've made copies of it. Occasionally you find a copy in the museums. The nail is bent. They think it hit a knot in the wood, and on the tip of the bent nail are fragments of olive wood. So we know that his cross was an olive tree. We brought that one into the garden 5 years ago. I thought we killed it. It only had 4 little roots, but you can't kill an olive tree. This one has a good shape. You could use this one for crucifixion by taking the feet off the ground. Jesus was asked to carry part of his cross, so we think this one is more like here. The upright part is always going to be a rooted tree, with or without branches, on the way up.
for those of you who may be skeptical at this point, I'd like to mention that I did my own study on crucifixion to either refute or back this up, and I found that the cross was referred to as a tree 5 times in retrospect after Jesus was crucified in the epistles.
This one is notched so that it fits here.
That is the part that Jesus would have carried. And my studies showed that they would usually nail the person's hands to that part on the ground before they would lift it up, and then after they attach it to the upright part, they would nail the feet.
This is a little seat that fits behind the back of your leg. It's not there for your comfort, it's there to prolong your agony. You will have lived just a little bit longer because you can rest during the process. The nail is 5.5 inches, too short to put 2 feet together this way or this way. So Yochanan had 1 foot on one side, 1 on the other. When your arms are stretched out like this, there is pressure on your lungs. Actually, if they're straight above your head, you die quicker because they fill faster. But this way, there's enough pressure here, and as they begin to fill with fluid, it's suffocation. But it takes 3 to 5 days to die on the cross. So you're suffering nighttime temperatures, daytime temperatures. The insects are biting you. There's not much you can do about that. No one wants to give a condemned man a drink of water.
Any acts of mercy would only tend to prolong the life and therefore the sufferings.
So it's dehydration, shock, exposure, all of these things. Now, Jesus was nearly dead, probably needed to be revived just to be hung on the cross, and it didn't take him a complete day to die. Usually it's 3 to 5 days.
The Roman scourgings were often known to actually kill people, and the fact that Jesus received that before he was crucified, plus that Isaiah 52:14 says that he was so disfigured from all his beatings, it makes us think that maybe he died faster because of his scourging. But since Pilate was quite surprised that he died so quick and the soldier stuck a sword in his side to prove he was dead, it also indicates that perhaps it was calculated how much they beat him, that it wouldn't be as bad as often they beat other people, showing the cruelty that they were trying to inflict by prolonging his agony. So he probably died more of a broken heart too.
Another important thing that you have is the sign at the cross. The Romans are very organized, and if somebody is being punished, they want everybody else to know why they're being punished or for what. So put the sentence on the cross: Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. A very political reason. So when you are coming to Jerusalem and you see those crosses lined up around the road on the entrance of Jerusalem, and you have some fumes of being the King of the Jews, and you see those people crucified for that particular reason, you learn to keep your mouth shut.
Josephus tells us there was a census revolt in CE 6 and 2,000 people were crucified the same day. So it's not a little hill, it's a whole hillside with lots of trees modified in some way to be instruments of crucifixion. Now, crosses were painted tall because of the significance of the event, but Israel does not have any hardwood forest that we can cut down for crosses, so it's going to be a short olive tree. If you read where they put you on a cross and dropped you in a hole, That can be Rome, the Western Roman Empire. We trimmed one of our crosses to look something like we think it would have looked over there. In this country, they will put you on a cross. The upright part is a rooted tree. Martin Hegel wrote a thesis on crucifixion, and in it he says, because it takes 3 to 5 days and you do it in the same place outside of town, the area smells like dead and dying people. He says the birds come down out of the trees and take strips of flesh back to the baby birds. It's a very ugly picture. But remember, if God is what God does, what do you see him doing here?
In the Middle East,
Consider it appropriate to give a gift of equal value. Jesus gave his life for us. What do we have of equal value to give to him? The only answer, total devotion, total commitment.